Welcome back to the Stanley Parable 2, or Stanley Parable... Oh, actually, it's going to be the Stanley Parable 3, and now 4. Yeah, 4. Okay. Something different. Okay, cool. We get to do this again. Infinite explosion. Explosion! Oh my... What? That's weird. Interesting. Okay. It's a little unsettling. Okay, whatever. We are continuing on with the reassurance bucket endings in this episode. I think I'm trying to go through all the ones on the left door, all the left door endings first.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. The embrace of an old friend. A weathered companionship that stands the test of time.
Yeah, I'm not going back there. I'm not even sure
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Correct. So I'm not sure if this ending... Well, actually, I'm not sure...
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
So I'm not sure if this ending... I mean, it technically is an ending, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility. I think this is the only thing on this path that I've left to do. So, you know.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Alright, let's go down here. See if it works, if there's anything different with the bucket.
But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall. Now, what to do next? Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed.
Oh.
It really wasn't so bad down here. A bit cold, perhaps. After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis. But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel
Oh my
like
God.
home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning. It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
Oh, is that it? That was cool. Different. Let's go.
The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things.
It's time to go to the right door endings. I think I got everything on the left that I need to, I'm pretty sure, so let's do that.
Stanley clutched the bucket, but finally, the bucket was done being in the lounge, and they took the first open door on their left to get back to business.
Get back to business. Let's go this way.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Oh my god. I love the narrator's impersonation of like the personification of the bucket. That's funny. Oh, can we go in? Oh yeah. Can we go in there? Yeah, let's go in here. Or actually, yeah, let's see what happens in here. All the tapes. Oh.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling.
Whoa.
And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it.
Oh my god.
I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there? Camporata.
What? What was all that? What was that? What was that? What? Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What just happened?
Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Gotta shake that off. What just happened? What just happened?
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good,
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Unthinkingly, huh? Alright, we're good.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Saying it like that, obeyed blindly, makes me feel like something bad's gonna happen. Oh.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Okay, I don't see why not. The bucket's the greatest thing in the world.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket.
What?
Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
That's depressing. No. Nice place, though. Not a bad place you got here. I like this little landing at the front. That's kind of cool. Little step down. I have never been able to open a door in this game. Oh, there it is. Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Press Z to take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Well, that's not very validating. Press M to take me back home with you, so I can't speak.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
We'll give him a chance, narrator. Again, remember the escape pod ending where he was like stroking it? Yeah. The bucket and Stanley have a very clear connection. You don't want to take that away from him, do you? Proceed to go back to work.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk.
Yes.
All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Okay. Don't listen to the loud man. Press L for us to go back home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Press N to ignore anyone in your life except for me. Oh.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
It does. That is very true. Very insightful. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little bad. Oh, there. You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press T to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Jazz music, I love it. There's the bucket there. I get that poster. Press N to relive the same day with me over and over again.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket.
That's right.
Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Because you feel it too, narrator. You feel it too. And the narrator, which is he had a bucket, I'm sure. Press G to go home to work. Good to go home to work to home to work to home.
Oh no. I'm having feelings.
I knew it!
For the bucket. Oh, no. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say.
What is going on?
It asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes.
No.
The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
Jazz nights. Oh god. No, this is not. I'm not watching this if something happens.
Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it.
Well,
give it to me now. Give it.
Close your eyes. They're about to have, for one, go back to work, Stanley. Oh, should I hit spacebar? Oh. I was saying that, like, I knew it. I was like, I bet the narrator wants it too. The narrator like has feels for the bucket too. I was like, he feels it too. Let's go this way this time.
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
So yeah, this is where the confusion ending happened. I actually didn't get this one on camera because this is for the recording that was corrupt. But I actually accidentally took the bucket down here on one of the previous episodes, but I cut it out because I started to see like what it was, and it was completely different. And I was like, okay, this is where I'm like, this is tapping into like endings we've already gotten in like before the bucket started. So I wanted to complete the normal endings first before doing the bucket ones, so that it kind of made more sense, especially for those who haven't seen this game before. So let's do it. He wanted to get even further off track. This is where the narrator, you can't even figure out where to go. We keep getting lost.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
The adventure line! And the baby and the mannequin. Oh, look at all this.
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet.
The Broom Closet.
Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line?
Yes.
We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Oh, nice. What is that? It's just a table. Why are these? We care about you, Stanley. Oh, this is so nice. Can I go? I can go into the broom closet. There's gonna be no dialogue, is there? Oh, you know what? I feel so. I don't care about the mannequin, but I do care about everything else. Oh my God! It's the fern. I always remembered when the original Stanley Parable came out. I always remembered he always in that Adventure Line ending he said, go back and look at that fern and remember it closely and study it carefully. I remember that, and I always tried to remember. I always tried to think like, where is this gonna come back? Where is this gonna come? Like when is this gonna become relevant later? And it never did. And here it is. What is it about this fern? It's a really nice looking fern. I agree, but what is it about this fern? If I miss something about this fern at some point, you just said it, and for no reason. I don't know. It bugs me.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Yes! Let's go, line. See, now we can enjoy everything with the bucket as well.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Oh my god.
It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Not the bucket. I know you can't be talking about the bucket though, right? Right? I would give up anything but not the bucket. Even you, narrator. I would give you up. No, I wouldn't. But I can't give up my bucket either. Hey. Ooh. Is Stanley gonna have to make a choice? Is Stanley gonna have to make a choice here? I do miss having the adventure line though. I do like having the adventure line back. It's getting quite dark. I do remember.
Get it, Stanley. We need to get rid of the bucket.
What the
That's why I'm
frick is
very
that?
proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Oh!
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Doesn't this seem a little unethical?
Now
man?
listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved
It doesn't
Stanley
want
Parable
to.
characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not.
No.
I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now.
No.
The fans are waiting. Do
No.
it, the fans, Stanley.
The fans
Give
are
the
waiting.
fans what they want.
I
Hurry and-
can't! I couldn't.
The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories
What
about
the
you.
hell?
All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend.
Sorry,
For the
man.
moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Oh. All right, next one.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and... Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace. Protective, yet delicate. Assertive, yet compassionate. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
What happens if I fall off the thing with the bucket? I bet I can actually...
Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
How deeply touching.
The
All right.
meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never... Stanley's bucket. The only co-worker he would ever truly need.
Let's see what goes. Let's see what happens with this ending. I do like this ending in the original. Also, it gets you to those other games and stuff. Oh wait, this is where the red and blue door is too. So,
Good,
let's see.
said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Nope. All right. This also brought us to the other games where you put on the other games. Like in the original, it was Minecraft and Portal, and this one it was Firewatch. Unfortunately, I didn't get to actually explore it. Then whatever the other one was. Oh, Rocket League. That's what it was. Danger everywhere. No dialogue. Interesting. TP1.
No, stop.
Oh.
Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right
Oh,
there.
no.
It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless... What if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Well, hey, can't I just plead ignorance and say I don't know what a bucket is, and so I can just, you know, this isn't a bucket to me, so I don't have to take this. I can just go there. Do not stand on this side of the fence. Oh, okay, okay. Oh no, something very different.
Now then,
Is this a
I'm going
bucket?
to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Whoa.
Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
All right, so should I answer honestly? Yes.
Incorrect.
Oh.
It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Okay, okay. All right.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Can I get... Yes.
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 3. Is this a bucket?
I really want to say no.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
Oh, I hate you. I think, you know what? I think it doesn't matter what I say.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Are you hallucinating?
God.
This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine
I
that
hate
tills the
this so
earth.
much.
I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. This is a bucket.
How do I get out of here?
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Both. What?
Item Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Do not take my bucket.
Yes, thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless, is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
No.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence, and yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. No. Okay, here we go. What happened? Is everything gone?
Everything was a
Why did
bucket.
everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket?
Yes.
Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets.
Yeah.
Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all
a
bucket.
bucket.
But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Oh. Check.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Is Stanley, without the bucket, really Stanley at all? No, surely not. Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little to discourage Stanley's belief in the magic of the bucket.
All right. Anyway, here I am in my bucket. Wow, we got some crazy endings today. I liked all of them. But that's where I'm gonna leave this episode. Just getting up on 40 minutes of recording, so stopping a little bit short today. But oh man, lots of new content, of course, with all the new bucket endings. I believe that's everything on the right side, except for unplugging the phone, which in the original got me to like the real ending or the real person ending or whatever it's called, but it's like the final ending where it gives you the credits. So I think I'll probably do that at the end with the bucket and see maybe if that wraps everything up for the last ending. But I think in the next episode I'm gonna do all of the other endings, like the meme ones that come like before, like the two doors even. Like I don't think there's anything ahead of these that we haven't done, I don't think. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go to that new content door in the next episode and do anything back there that we need to do with the bucket. Which, I wonder if we take the bucket there, what happens when we actually go to the reassurance bucket exhibit? If we get another bucket, or if the buckets meet, or I don't know. I don't know. There's probably still a lot to go, honestly. But either way, I'm going to start doing that in the next episode. And then I'll also do, I think there may be like one or two endings that are kind of like more secret endings. This playthrough may be coming to a close finally maybe in 2-3 episodes from now. Maybe not even that much. We'll see. But yeah. That's it for this episode of the Stanley Parable. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like what you saw and you want to see more, leave a comment down below letting me know. Leave a like on the video if you liked it, and you can hit the bell on my channel to get notifications for when I upload next. Thanks again, everyone, so much for watching this episode of the Stanley Parable, and as always, I will see you next time. See ya.